Oh, let's see, anybody's around. I didn't exercise today. I use my streaming when I'm out exercising. But I didn't get there. I had too many other responsibilities I had to do. So I did all that first, and I'm way behind on today's answers to questions. So if you're a member of Let's Go Help Me waiting me for an answer, maybe a few hours later, I think I'm up to about those that came in today. And I try to answer them within 24, 48 hours at the max, and that's what I try to do every day. But yeah, I do 50 or more most days. And I enjoy doing that because that's how I learn. If you ask me questions, then I got to figure out what I know. I don't know. I've been studying this stuff for 40, 50 years now. I don't even know what I know. And that's what's so neat about answering questions. And also answering questions, then I find out what in your mind is. Because if I could understand what you're trying to solve, then I could go out and find the answers. And the free money programs are available for that. So that's why I love doing that. It really keeps me young. It keeps my mind going most of the time. I still, see, as I get older, man, this stuff turns into Swiss cheese, and stuff falls out. And I don't. We're planning we have something where I live in Washington called Porch Fest, where in a couple of weeks we're going to have bands all over the city, the community we live in downtown Washington called Adams Morgan, and there's going to be an orchestra, a band on every front porch, for about 4 or 5 hours, and we'll have 2 or 3. I'm part of an apartment building here, and I arranged this for the building. And last night we had a cocktail hour trying to find musicians in the building so we could put our musicians in front of our front porch. So I'm still working on that. But what I want to talk about today is how to find living expenses. I mean, people say, well, okay, the government, I'm going to use the government, buy a house or things like that, or get money for school, or maybe business and stuff like that. No, government money is for everything. And there's thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of programs. If I could, Kimmy, I'm not sure if you could what? But they're not easy. They're not easy to find, but they're really there, and most of it is local. That's why in Let's Go Help, what we've done is create what's called a mini grant report for your state. So every state, we have 500 programs in your state. We call it a mini grant report because these are all the programs available for your daily expenses in your state. So that's what we do. But I want to go over some of those today, so you understand the kinds of things that are available, and whether you mean musician programs, yes. Lots of musicians. But you know what I think is the best musician program is getting booked at government clubs. Don't forget the what do you call it? Bases, Army, Navy, Air Force bases all have clubs, nightclubs, and they're booking bands all the time. So you don't need an agent. You don't need anything. You call your congressman. You say, hey, I want to play at clubs. Or maybe you're a stand-up comic or whatever the heck it is. You're a performer. You want to play there. And that way you don't need an agent because they'll find free help to get you that booking. See, that's what's important, that you know of things like that. How do I, for real estate in Connecticut? Actually, it depends on a real estate investor. I think the best way for that really is to join what's called a Meetup. Go to meetup.com. And meetup.com, you will see a bunch of programs in your area. These are groups. They're like clubs, but they're free. So that people who are real estate investors join these clubs to learn for free from anybody else. So don't go to Google. You're going to talk about real estate investing. You're going to find somebody who's going to take $500 from you, or like Trump got $30,000 from people. $30,000. He had to give like 25 million back because he found that they're ripping people off. So you don't want to go there. You want to go learn for free, things like that. For individual housing, what you want to do is go to, hello, Sean, have been able to receive any grants yet? Oh, I'm not sure what that, what you do, here are the places to go if you're for home You go to nonprofit organizations. Again, you don't Google looking for a real estate investor, because all you're going to find is people that want to get your money and make a sale. You want to know what's good for you, and that's why you have to get independent people, not people on the internet to sell you something. People who are really get paid by the government to help you make the right decision, okay? That's why if you're trying to get a reverse mortgage, you don't go to a banker and talk about it. They're selling money. No, the government has people that they've paid, consultants, financial consultants that are all paid by the government to help you make that decision for free, okay? So that's what you want. That's who you want to talk to. People are not making money from the decision because they have to be biased, whether they think so or not. You know they have to be. It's human nature. I am. People call them, well, I'm always trying to sell. That's why when I used to do talk shows, I used to go on a talk show and I had my book with me to sell, and the way to get that out of my brain, I say, you don't need the book. And I throw the book into the audience. Here, you don't need this. I'll tell you where to go. And that's true. I mean, the book, of course, is helpful, but I don't want people to think that's what I'm doing. And like, I sell a service, you know, and it's $20 a month, but that's not why I'm here. I am, in a way, because I got to feed myself. But after that, the important thing is that more people know about it. Because to me, what about these government programs, man, they're for everybody. And the people who use them are the rich people. You know, I was just reading people think today, some programs new come out. Now there's an income requirement of $100,000 is the income requirement. You can't make over $100,000. When did $100,000 become poor? That's incredible. Why are we worrying about people who are already making $100,000? I don't know. But that's politics for you. Mine's not the reason why. Congrats, I got 200,000. I find your name on YouTube, Marks, the other month, and I heard to one of your guidelines. Wow. Oh, I'd love to know how you got. Was that $200,000? Okay, Moishak. Okay, now is that? Did you get it? You sound like somebody on Instagram that's saying they could get $200,000. I don't trust that as far as I could throw it. So if it's that what it is, if it's not, you got it from a government program and that doesn't charge you any money, I'd like to know more about it. If you got it from somebody who charges you money, don't want to know about it. I only charge $20, you know, and you get all you could eat for $20. And there's people out there who charge $2,000. I used to be one of those people, you know, because you could get it from rich people, but not interested in that anymore. My son took my sister to the prom. Oh, your son took his sister to the prom. Great. I got two. I wonder which one it is. About what age the girl? What's the age of your daughter or your sister? I mean, let me know so I could tell them to do. Because I got one boy lives in town, and one lives about 2 hours away. So I'd love to tell them. That would be fun to know. That's neat. Or actually, tell me what high school that would do, because they went to different high schools. When it went to, I forget already. But anyway, you know, in the Rockville. I have a long time needed to get a loan from a bank, and so my apparel business and my. Yeah, see, your money shack or whatever you're selling. Get off of this thing, will you? Quit advertising the people that are watching this. You're just selling money, Mr. Money Shack. So yeah, I'm showing people where they don't have to buy money, okay? So get away here. I'll have to block you next time. I don't have the agility to do that with one hand without screwing up something. So, you know, that's nothing I believe in what that person's doing, because I'm showing you how to get free. Now, every website I give you does not charge you anything. That's why you go to Google, you go to this Yahoo who's out here looking for customers. They're going to charge you something. They have to. The people I send you to already got paid, and so you'll never get a website I give you will never. Joseph, is that? Did I miss you? Matt, I'm here to see you. Yeah, I responded to an email to you somewhere, and I never heard back from you, Joseph. I was wondering where you are and how long you'd be in town, but I never heard back. Not an email. I think it was you put it on Facebook, YouTube. And I don't know how long you're going to be here. So go to Let's Go Free Radio. Tell me how long you're going to be here and what part of town you are. Are you in Washington, D.C., or you're in Virginia, or what the heck you are? Okay, and we'll try it. So let's go freeradio@gmail.com. Emails directly on their email address. Anthony emails SBA direct. I don't know who Anthony is. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, you don't go to Anthony, you go to the SBA. Never go to Anthony. You want to go to the horse's mouth if you want to know what's available. And you go to that by going to sba.gov, and then you put in community navigators. Okay, community navigators are experts, like Anthony, he's getting money from you. Next time we can be leaving from in and out. Oh, I say, okay. Okay, we'll try it next time, Joseph. And they're the people you want. You don't want to talk to, you talk to the SBA. You want to talk to the people giving out the money, not somebody in the middle, or at least not in the beginning. Maybe after you learned everything and know what's up, but don't talk to somebody. You said go to the SBA. Yes, you said go to. Well, yeah, I mean, the SBA is a legitimate place. It's just Anthony. It doesn't sound like a legitimate place to me. Joseph, where are you originally from? He's up in Wisconsin. But it's important that people know about these programs because we have so many. Oh, Anthony Austin. Retracted. Oh, he retracted. I don't know what's going on. Hey, have a wonderful weekend. From Joey, contractors. Hiya, Joey. Have fun. Sorry we miss each other. You said talk to Anthony. I didn't say talk to anybody except the government. Don't do that. Or people paid by the government. And these are people that will never charge you money for anything. Anthony, I don't know who Anthony is. I can't say. But it's important that you know about the programs and get the information directly from the programs, not middlemen. I don't apply for you for anything. I show you where to go and how to apply. We train people how to apply. We train people how to find out that we give away our own money. See, that's another thing. What we do is we give members. Now we're giving members over 40,000. Sean, talk to SBA directly on their email. Yes, you can, of course. But I would call a local office if you want. Don't go email. You don't understand what they're talking about. You have to talk to people in person so you understand. You'll get more money, more help, more everything if you talk to people in person and try to stay off the internet. The internet's an important tool. You use it when you have to, but you want to talk to people because there's too much in the cracks, and people will help you more if you talk to them personally. People, if you're an internet, you're an email, you're a digit, who the hell cares? And they're following script somewhere. No, you want to talk to a human being because human beings want to help other human beings. And that's why you want to talk to people and tell them you need help. And that's where you get it, because you don't know what to ask for. You're asking for something that you think is there and you think will help you. And you don't know enough to really know that's the only thing to ask for. And that's where the problem is. So that's why you have to just go out and, I'm sorry, I misunderstood. I understand now. Thank you. You have to go out there and start finding organizations and offices that are just in business to help people. That's all they do. They get money to do that, and not make money from you. They never ask you for money. They're the people you want to find, And also you want to talk to them personally because it's more fun to help an individual than it is a robot, right? You hate, and then the problem is you call up these companies like Comcast or something, and they train the human people to act like robots, and that's no fun. They're no fun to talk to because they're just reading some damn script, So you don't want to do that. Well, sometimes you really have to. But the object is not to have to do that. And you want to do it by individuals. And you want to talk to individuals because there's too much out there for everything. But remember, it takes work. And that's why for the $20, you get personal training. You could ask me 100 questions a day. I probably won't answer them within the day, but you ask as many questions as you want, and that's it. I did for yours, and that's what's important. And the other important thing about Let's Go Help is members are helping members. See, that's the key. We have members there who get all this money. I never even heard about the program. and they're getting the money, and gosh, I wish I knew about it. So that's where they're helping. Hey, and they come out and say, hey, I just got this money, and now They tell you how they got it and where to go and everything. And here's a new program I'm telling you about that just started 2 months ago. They had $37 million to give out, and this is an estate money. And this is why you are such a pure soul who always lends his hand money. I don't know who the poor soul is, pure soul. It's like you, I wouldn't have set up my business success. See, look, Money Shack, I don't know what that is. If you got it from me, I'd love to know what agency you got it. But I have a feeling, my gut is telling me that you're selling money or going to get money from people. And that I want nothing about. And I don't want you here doing that if that's what you're doing here. Certainly it's an open platform, anybody could do. Oh, but this program here is giving out money, like $1,446,000. This is a stimulus grant, and only 1.7% of the people applied for it. So less than 2% of the money. And that's after it's been out there like 2-3 months. Only 2% of the people who apply of the money is gone. Lots of money. And that's important. So all the stuff, also the new Biden programs are terrific, okay? They're not really caught up to being in force yet. And it's mainly if you need appliances, you need a home, you need health care. They're the main reasons. You need to fix up your home. How do I find someone in Wisconsin who can help me with my business debt? Joseph, I keep sending you. You go to the free financial counselors. I mean, to be paid for if you want cash to pay for a debt, that's hard. Particularly a business debt, but there's ways to work around it. And if you go to your the people who are the counselors in business, they'll help you work through that. Okay, there's not programs that will write $50,000 just for you to pay a debt. Okay, there's ways to pay other expenses that you free up money. There's ways to get people to help you negotiate that down so you don't have to pay the full amount and things like this. You have to look for options. You can't look for, just to wipe out the whole thing. You didn't get that by just so fast, and so it's not going to be easy to eliminate that easy. So that's why you have to use the sources that are out there and figure out how to use them to make them work. And the biggest sin people make, and I don't know if you're doing this, Joseph, is asking for a grant. When you're looking for help, you got to get out of trouble. And it may or may not be a grant. So that's why when you go to these people that are going to help you get out of trouble, and it may or may not be a grant, you can't go and just ask for a grant, because if you do that, they'll say, we don't have grants, and you go away. No, you can't do that. You have to find out what they know about the system, and what kind of options are there for you. And that's what you do. Cammie, have you applied for your state grants application? Tammy applied for so many things. She gets so much money. I love the blue suit. Is it sort of blue? Yeah. Thanks, Tammy. Now look, Tammy's a member. See, now Tammy's a member, and she's the last time she told the members that she got $68,000, and she shows them where to apply, how she got it, or whatever. Now this guy who says call Harry and you get $50,000, that has to be bullshit, because he's not. Harry isn't the government, see, our members tell you the government office to apply for. You don't need Harry. And that's it. Now, Tammy's talking about Let's Go Help too, and that's important because we have 2 platforms. Now, when you join letsgohelp.com, we have 2 platforms, and the main one is on Facebook, okay? That's Let's Go Help. And so when you join, and then we have to process that, so it may take a day until you get access. But we also have now Let's Go Help too, and that's off of Facebook. Facebook has a lot of problems in processing things, and people sneaking in and telling them they're me, and all this kind of stuff. And that you could access easily and get started right out of the gate, okay? So that's important to know about. And if you're already on Let's Go Help on Facebook, we give you a link. You don't go to Let's Go Help 2 directly, you get the link from us, which is on Facebook, and we give you the link. It's a back door. It's a little back door that you could go in for free, and you don't have to play. And that's where we have so many programs now. Tammy's very familiar with them. She helps people out there a lot too. On the seminars that we have, and really they're like workshops. We have 3 days, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday workshops that you could join, anybody could join, training courses, right, to help. And you get help, professional help, and other members that help you and things like that. Learning the system. It's all about learning the system. And that's what's important. You want to learn the system so you can take advantage of it. You can't take advantage of it if you don't know it, okay? And it doesn't take a PhD. It looks, we're neighbors. Oh, you and Adams Morgan. Oh, you're going to be at Porch Fest? And Adams Morgan Day is tomorrow. Tomorrow is Adams Morgan Day. So that's another, that'll be music all over the streets again. That's why it's fun living in urban environment. I was out in the suburbs for 20, 30 years, whatever it is. And now we're back downtown. My kids and I are homeless, living out of hotels. So it sounds like maybe somebody's at least paying for them. Again, go to findhelp.org. If you're online, go to findhelp.org, and put in homeless and find local offices. And just don't call one. Oh, here's a local office, call it, and they say nothing. No, you find a dozen, because you call every one of them, okay? That's how it works. You don't call one office and they say there's no help and you go home and commit suicide or whatever. No, you have to find out from everybody, because in the government, they don't even know what's down the hall from themselves in the government. Nobody can know everything. It's too complicated. I don't know everything. I studied government programs for 40 years or more. I still don't know. Tammy comes on board and she's a member and she shows me programs. Shit, I didn't know that. So that's why the members are so important to us at Let's Go Help, because they're teaching us. I want to build a home in Memphis, Tennessee on vacant land. Is there a good option for me for grants? Yes, the real answer to all this, there may or may not be. But there's a lot of programs. A lot of them are grants. What you probably can't do is get a grant to pay for all the land. No, most of the grant money for real estate is to getting you in the land with some kind of mortgage, that if you have bad credit or whatever it is, and that's what's important. But sometimes there are, so that's why you have to start looking and figuring out what to do. Like there's programs there where you need nothing to get a house, and almost 0% interest and things like that. So it's crazy stuff. Dental is very popular. The help that we show, and that's in our 500 grant report, our mini grant report. It's 500 mini grants for your state. Every state, we have them for every state. So it has really made a great, better change of life. I don't know. I will always be grateful to him. Who's him? Me or some other guy? I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, but I worry about your money, Shaq. I don't know who you are, what you're talking about. You never talk about it. If you're talking about a guy, I'm never talking about a guy who helps you with money. So I'll never endorse anybody like that. I tell you about the government office, go apply the damn thing. Cut out the middleman. I listened to a commercial recently about wine. Do you know wine is sold like 5 times or 3 times or whatever it is before it gets to you, because all these middlemen, and they up the price on it and everything like that. So don't do that. It's just going to cost you more if there's a middleman. Don't just call email them. Right, trust me, they all will call you back. Well, not everybody, I don't. And it's impossible sometimes, so it depends. But, it is. You have to, trust the system and be willing to call again if they don't call back. You can't blame somebody else if you're lazy. You just got to, try harder. Or if it's not worth it for you, I understand. Then you don't do it, You have other avenues to do that. But if you want the things in life that are hard to get, it takes effort. You want a good job? It's going to take effort. You want a good mate? It's going to take effort, yeah. Things like that. It's not the first one on the block. or whatever. But sometimes as you get lucky, and they're the ones you see on the infomercials. At least in my infomercials, it used to be like that, because you can always find the lucky people, and you make a story out of that. But see, to me, showing you the lucky people, am no good, shifty, lazy, crumble bum. I don't know who that is. Is that me or you? Or do you have any grants for mothers who attend college? Yeah, it doesn't matter how old you are. They can't discriminate, against it. And there's certainly certain money set aside. Like I have a scholarship that I give to a local community college to single moms. I mean, this is what it's for, single moms. Man, if you're a single mom trying to go to college, man, you need all the help America give you. And we don't. You could write off more on taxes by raising horses than you can for children in this country. I don't know why we say we're a family-friendly country. That's nonsense. Yeah, you're not. They can't discriminate, right? Now, some, I guess, they find a loophole around it, but no, they can't. No matter how old or whatever. Like I'm 78 and 79, sorry. It goes by quickly. So I could apply for a grant to go to college. They can't discriminate because I'm 79, right? And maybe if you're under 18, they can. I want a grant to complete my doctor's degree. Okay, you got to start digging. They don't come to you. Where do you go? It depends on what kind of degree it is. But I would go to your county career one-stop center, because they get this question a lot. You have to go to places that know about these things and answer that question every day. And that's the only way. So, I mean, say you want to be a journalist and you want a PhD in journalism. Well, then you start thinking, okay, then what you'd start doing is go trying to find special things for that. And that would be like journalist societies. So start looking for associations that are part of journalism. They'll have their own grants to go and get your PhD, or they'll collect information for that. So you want to, the key is to research is trying to find people you think who have to know that stuff. Who has to know that stuff? And you call them, and that's the way to do it. It's calling your neighbor or something. Maybe if they did it, that'd be interesting. But they don't spend all day doing that. You want to find the people who spend all day doing that. Like if you want to buy a house, okay, here are the 3 people you would talk to buy a house. One is HUD.gov, and they're counselors. They have counselors to help you buy a house, free counselors. They know all the basic programs. Again, one person will not know everything, so that's why you have to call many people. That's important. And so you call them. You make an appointment, and you try to talk to people as much as you can face to face. You make an appointment with the HUD counselor locally. They're all over. Every county will have a handful of them, at least. Some states will have 50 to 100 or more. And then the other place you go is something called NeighborWorks, NeighborWorks.org. That's always .org, O-R-G, and that's important. And call them and make an appointment, talk to them, and do that. The other person you want to talk to is in your state. You have something in your state called a State Housing Financial Authority. State Housing Financial Authority. So that's a state government, so that'll be a .gov. You go there, call them up, make an appointment, talk to somebody, and tell them you're trying to buy a house, okay? They're the starting places. That's not the finished places. And if they don't help, don't think nothing is there, that's just a start. But that's the best place to start, because they study this stuff all the time, more than I will or whatever else. So that's what you want to do, and that's what you have to do to get it. Then what you have to do is follow up. You have to get on the phone, talk to the people they give you, and see if they could help you. And if they can't help you, then what you do is say, hey, who else can help me? And that's what you want to know. I mean, everybody who joins Let's Go Help gets something too called my mini grant report. This is a report, it's about 60, 70 pages, that has about 40 topics that I've done personal research to find things. Like here, Biden grant programs that have lots of cash and different closing dates. Biden has so many programs now, that he came out with, and they're not even in operation yet. So what you have to do is be available to know where these are. If you don't, you call your elected official and say, hey, I want to know where the new Biden programs are going to start, where they're going to do it. Certainly, you heard about the $7,500 for an electric car, but you could get $14,000 to get all new appliances in your house or fix your roof or things like this. So there's all these things. I remember I bought your book 27 years ago. How do you remember 27? Yeah, I've been doing this a long time. Same thing, same tacky jokes. Yeah. Okay, here, another report we give out is a step-by-step of what to do when you can't pay your bills and stuff. Okay, here are all the places you accept, because if it's a rent or mortgage, then there's a database that is at your state capitol that will tell you where the, thanks for the Rambo investment by SBA along with Target EDIO's processing. No, the EDIO's loans are over. I don't know. EDIO is losing by the 2 and 1 thing. Yeah, I don't know who you are, Money Shack or whatever that is. You're not saying anything, but it sounds like you're marketing. And I know marketing when I smell it. So whether it's rent, okay, whether it's mortgage maybe, all the step-by-step of what's available, utilities, get phone bills, even computers for online, or pay your internet bill, and a step-by-step what to do, and then who to contact to get out of debt, things like this. It's all laid out, the links and everything for you to follow up on. And what you do is you take that, go through the step-by-step, and if it doesn't work, then you call us back. Hey, this doesn't work. What do I do now? And then I show you how to find, there's something, see, one of the tricks I think to finding anything is there's 2 databases that are out there that are very important. One is called 211.org, and another one is called findhelp.org. Okay, 211.org and findhelp.org. Now, you don't want to just call 211. I mean, you can and maybe get something, but if you need something like, for dental care, let's say they're looking, or for utility bills and everything, you go to 211 or Find Help, and you put in dental or utility bills or whatever, and then in there, see, you'll get a listing of 20, 30, 40, 50 programs, and that's your gold. In other words, that's what, it's sort of like looking for a job. You can say, all these businesses, and I'll go down the street and ask everyone for a job. No, you want to know who's hiring, right? So you don't want to just ask everybody, hey, you hiring today? No, so that's why, see what this database sends you all the people who, and see, there's always more than one people. There's probably dozens of people who help with things like utility bills or other kind of bills you may have, or you need transportation, you don't have a car and everything. See, that's where, but then you have to call and talk to them about what they have and what else may be available somewhere else. Because it's not gonna, again, it's not gonna jump into your pocket, like that. You have to dig it out like that. And that's what you do. And that's why I love those 2 databases, because they give you sources of help. South Carolina has few options that I can find for help, okay? You have to probably just make more phone calls. And by doing that process, or we could send you that, if you remember, we send you a report of 500 programs, in South Carolina to do that. But you could do it around that, look at dental implants, all this stuff. Well, actually, for dental, here's another way to do it. You don't have to join. You go to Needy, Needy, and then MEDS, that's one word, Needy Meds, MEDS, okay, .org. You go there, and then on the left-hand side on top, there's a tab for consumer savings or something like that. And you go there, and then you'll see dental, free and low-cost dental care, okay? Free and low-cost dental care. That's at needymeds.org. You go there, and you start calling. You just can't go down the list, I think I'll join there, because you're gonna call them up, and they'll say no, okay? And then what do you do? Okay, well, then what you do is say, well, who else? Okay, you have any suggestions? And if they don't have anybody to suggest, you call the next one. and you do that to do it. It's like getting a job or anything else, you have to put in that work to make it happen. It's not going to happen all by itself, okay? You're giving I some game. I'm not sure what that is. This is oh, handy. I guess that's good. So that's what you have to do, and that's the way you probably have to do most things in life that are worthwhile. This sounds like a furry situation. Not sure. Well, I'm getting lost on that because I'm just picking up parts of conversations. I don't know what to do. Grants to repair cars. You realize there's grants to repair cars? Where are you going to find them? Okay, there's grants giveaway cars. Actually, the problem is that most people, are not getting a job because they don't have a car, a reliable car, or anything. So that's why the government has programs that help you do that. Okay, that may or may not be in your area. See, that's the other problem. There's very few national programs that work everywhere. And that's why you have to find out what's in your area, and you have to dig it out like you've never done this research before, because no one's taught you to do anything else but to go Google and find somebody and give them money. Okay, that's what Google's about. You want to go Google and find somebody and give them money. And to get the real good stuff, it's not going to happen that way. Well, if you have money, fine. I can't begrudge anybody doing that. I call it a follow-up with everything I did. And that's important. So you can't. So that's why you have to find potential ones. Okay, Alaska grants, yes. Find potential programs, call them up, see what they have. If they have nothing, you ask for other possibilities, okay? And if they don't have other possibilities, then you go back to 211 or find help or somewhere like that. Or if you have one of our search reports, and to go down the list and do that. There is no shortcut. Sometimes there is, and sometimes you get lucky and things like that, but most likely you won't. Unfortunately, most likely you don't. And it'll take you doing that kind of effort to make things happen. But that's on here. What we have, grants for repairing cars, fixing up cars. There's a lot of nonprofit organizations that do that. There are churches that are fixing up cars in their basement for people, in the neighborhood. People out there are helping other people do things, without charging money, because people don't have money. This is what, a community should have. Here, free car repair and zero interest loans to buy a car with bad credit. Okay, so you can't get a car because you have bad credit. Here's a nonprofit organization that lends you money because you have bad credit, and you pay 0% interest to get a car. Wow, that's the kind of stuff that's out there. Or even, don't forget what I think is great. To get income, government career one-stops organizations. They're in every county right now, and they always have been, that help you get a job. And they have tons of money to help train you to get a better job. They have money to help you pay living expenses while you get a job. Now, whether they have it for you, where you live, or you want to do, you have to find out. Every place is different, but this is how the money's going out. This is where it's going to, and it's important for you to dig it out. And you'll dig out more if you talk to people, not if you just go on the internet and find these people. That's where you're going to get it more. And now, man, they're hiring so many people now. Man, I read the other day that you can make $17 an hour scooping ice cream. Wow. So that's low income now, $17 an hour. That's fine. You could get trained for a couple months or even less and start at $20, $25 an hour and have a career of $60, $70, $80, $90,000 a year with a couple months of training. See, this is what's out there. So you want to start a whole new career? Well, that's it. You go to those places, these programs that have either your career one-stop in your Department of Labor at your county level or your local community college. They're the people who are getting, Costco is paying $29 an hour. Wow, see? It's a whole new ballgame. So that's why you could go out make a couple $100 in a few days and pay off some bills. Yeah, and that's another way to do it. And another way is through what's called the gig economy, GIG economy. I didn't know about that. And that's an easy way to make money, and there's no responsibility because you don't have to come tomorrow if you don't want to, and they don't think bad of you. You just get paid by the job. Hey, I mean, there's apps that you could sign up for to see where you could, go work tonight and make $100 or two. And that's called the gig economy. If you go to this website, gigs, Gigs, and then Indeed, that's the employment site. Indeed, INDEED. Yeah, you go there and you gigs.indeed.com, and that's a good way to find these sources. And it's all there, jobs and job training. 80,000 job seekers are eligible for a $6,400 grant, but they're not applying. $13,000 in grants to live on while you start a business. That's from your state government. 324 sources of funds for healthcare training. You want to be a healthcare professional, big growing industry, you're going to be able to work for a long time. And all these money sources. They'll pay right now. You can get a job probably and get paid to learn a healthcare career, okay? That's what's important. You can get paid to learn a healthcare career. They have these at almost every career one-stop center now, and they pay you. You get on the job, it's not, your training time isn't going to be, $1,000 a minute or anything. It'll be basic wages, but at least you're making money learning. You're not going to school and getting in debt and maybe get a job after 4 years. No, you're going into a training, a career that is eligible right now, that pays good money, and they're going to train you. And then after the training, whether it's 6 weeks or 6 months, then you're full-time and at least making 30, 40 grand at least. But with a career ahead of you, that could be 100 grand. And that's what's important. You got to think about the future. That's what we're doing that. That's what a lot of Biden programs are all about that. All about training for job training and getting people good careers and stuff like that. Because there are good careers out there, but you're not trained for them. And these are all new things. And that's why now, even with Biden's thing, or even the chip grants that they just sent out, like $400 billion or whatever, for chip manufacturers. So that means they're going to be training people to work in these factories and making big money to do that. You're going to be a Gopher rock star one day, if you haven't got a copy yet. Yeah, we give out awards. We call Gopher rock star. To people who go the extra mile to find the help they need, and you apply on Let's Go Help too, and you get an award, you get a trophy. It's really a coffee cup with a big trophy on it, saying that you're a government grant Gopher rock star, and that's sort of fun. But if it's here, if you need me to help, go to letsgohelp.com, sign up, it's $20. If you don't want me, here's where you go. I have a lot of free help that will get you going. It's at letsgohelpfree.com, and you go there. Let me check that. For some reason, boy, I get old and I forget stuff. Letsgohelpfree.com, is that it? Yes. Okay, letsgohelpfree.com. You go there, not give me a penny, and you can download a half a dozen reports. Like here, get $14,000 cash in your pocket from Biden's Inflation Reduction Program. Okay, you don't want to give me any money, want to know about all those new programs? That's where you go, letsgohelpfree.com. Here's another one that we give out there. 7+1 ways to get free face-to-face help for getting grants on the internet, getting government grants when the internet doesn't do it for you. People get frustrated with the internet, okay? These government grants, you don't have to use the internet. You get on the phone and talk to them. Now I have a report that shows you the best places for government grants and free help to start expand a business, to work on your invention, or to be a freelancer at home, or to become a real estate investor. That you could download too. All these grants reports are available for download. They're free if you're a member, but here we're giving these for free to download to non-members so we could get you going. These websites get government grants to give you free consulting, mentoring, and research services to help you solve financial problems. Now, this is a wonderful report because it gives you a state-by-state report of all those experts that are available for free. How about government surplus property and even bitcoins? The government's giving away bitcoins, that they have it in surplus property. Those Jeeps from the Defense Department. I mean, there's so much. They're giving away like lighthouses and all kinds of things, training programs. So there's all that stuff is there, holiday freebies. So that's it. That's at letsgohelpfree.com. So you don't want to give me money? I understand. You got to keep your money. You got to take care of you first before you help me. And this is the way you do it. It's called Let's Go Help Free. If you want to give me money, go to letsgohelp.com. Thanks.